Okay, if anyone has questions for Admiral, you can go ahead and raise your hands. We will kick things off with Paris Lawson with OKCThunder.com.
Hey, Admiral, welcome to Oklahoma City. I was just curious what these first few days of training camp with the group and being on the floor have been like for you.
It's been great, coming into a different environment. You just really can tell how much the organization really puts back into the players, but also within everyone within the organization. Just the way they do things here, it's unmatched. You can just tell exactly where the focuses are in this organization. And I just feel right at home, getting right to work. The guys are great, and they have a great culture here, so it's been easy to fit right in and get to work.
Next, we have Nick Gallo with Thunder Broadcasting.
Hey, Admiral. Welcome to OKC.
Thank you.
You just mentioned getting. What is the focus of your work right now on the floor?
Right now is just understanding how we play. The schemes defensively, the schemes offensively, different actions that we run, but really getting a feel for each other and what each other can do. But the biggest thing is understanding what we're trying to get done on the floor each time, on the offensive end, but especially on the defensive end, things that we're trying to get done and prevent. So it's just been trying to execute those, get those down, and to become routine and a part of the team. And I just felt like we've definitely taken steps in the right direction each day in a lot of different areas. And just to see a lot of the young guys really making strides on the court with their professionalism, coming in every day, being on time, with this new type of protocol that we have, a different type of season that we're going into, it can be tough. It's a lot of adapting you have to do with scheduling and, being here and being there. And everyone's been great, been on time. And the biggest thing has been ready to go when coach is ready to go or whenever we got anything to do. So it's been a smooth transition for me, coming from Washington, but, being in the organization, getting right to work and, getting the flow of things, it's felt good.
Thanks, Admiral. Next, we have Joe Masada with the Oklahoman.
Hey, Admiral. Aside from all the protocols and, life in general being completely different heading into your sophomore season versus rookie year, how much more comfortable do you feel heading into year two after seeing how the NBA worked and learning things as a rookie?
Well, coming into a new environment, I actually feel even more comfortable just understanding what, Coach Mark wants to get done on the floor. But, being in an organization where a lot of the little things are appreciated and valued, it makes it a lot easier for someone like myself to come in and, really be myself, as far as having high character, but also, trying to make an impact on the floor. For me, it's all about winning and getting better every day, and to be in a culture where those things are preached and those are the standards. You got to get excited, be able to compete and be able to compete, but also work with guys like this every day and an organization like this every day. It's a great experience right now, and I'm just excited to get going.
What have your early conversations been like with Mark Daignault and just first impressions of him as a coach?
I mean, one thing I will say is he coaches, and he's very hands-on. And one of the biggest things is he has a great basketball mind. But he's what I call a person that is very adaptable as far as the way he can coach, the levels he can coach. He can coach up to the vets. He can coach down to the rookies and those guys, the young guys that's in between. And the way he communicates is just great. When he speaks, everyone's listening. He has a presence about him that's, very different. And, I've built a lot of respect for him in the past. It's interesting because he actually ran my draft workouts when I worked out here. So, to know someone, for him to be the head coach and to know kind of his style and the way he coaches, it's a lot easier for me to be able to operate. But, it's all a new learning experience for everyone. What I can say is that we're getting better every day, and that's really what we're focusing on, is just improving in little areas every day and, coming in and giving our all.
Anything stand out or any memories from that draft workout with him?
Yeah, he's a very funny guy already. It's just his energy and intensity, the way he communicates, is just different. He does a great job of bringing life and life situations into basketball and, interpreting it throughout the game of basketball. And it's pretty cool how he does that and flips it for us to understand. It's just a different feel. I think the biggest thing as well is, he's just very energetic, very detailed, paying attention to little things. But you know what? He's more so go out and play basketball, and I'll tell you when to tone it down. And, that's a different vibe from a coach that, is one, a first-year coach, but also so I've never really had that type of coaching in the sense of, one, being held accountable, but also having enough rope to go out and compete and feel confident enough to, knock down shots or drive the ball and make plays. So to be in the system and under a coaching staff like this, I feel like I'm going to thrive.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Go to Paris Lawson with OKCThunder.com.
Yeah, Admiral, I wanted to ask you, you put in a lot of work during the hiatus just on your body and your physique. What was your focus this off season coming into kind of this new opportunity that you have here with the Thunder?
My biggest focus was being a knockdown shooter from the corners and the wings, but also being more active, cutting, making little plays, but also just being a real defensive force every night. Not necessarily getting steals and blocks, but really making an impact. Maybe it's being a guy that's always rotating, making the right play, always helping, taking charges, getting deflections, those type of things. And, I'm very excited to be, paired with Luke Dort and, Shea and these guys, Hami, and be able to play with guys that are young in my age that compete and play hard every night. And, to be in this system, I'm just very excited to let my defensive talent show, but also my offensive talent show as well.
And last one, we'll go to Nick Gallo with Thunder Broadcasting.
Admiral, one thing that Mark talked about with you is just that there's a physicality to your game. What have you learned just about how you can actually use that physicality on the floor and implement it in really productive ways?
Yeah, I think my first year coming in, I really would try to be too physical, and I would be a split second late on things or, getting a lot of foul trouble or foul prone. I think this year my focus is to being solid, contesting at the end, and just really affecting the ball handler or the shooter. And, just denying a lot more, not letting guys get the ball, but being physical in certain situations, definitely right on the contact of screens or in different instances fighting back in front of the ball. Those type of things that we talk about here in the organization, like being physical in those aspects, but being legal. I think that's the biggest thing is you can't just be physical, you got to be legal. So that's one thing that I've been working on in the off season, but here it's pretty emphasized, being smart, being a smart physical defender, and to be able to show those abilities on defense is going to be one thing. But like I said, being in an organization that values that and preaches that and, coaches that and hones on that every day, it's just going to really help my skills thrive here.
Awesome. Thank you, Admiral.
Thank you.